Okay, so I'm back, and this is the first part of my main playthrough of Teal Caw. So I guess a couple of things that I talked about at the beginning of the last stream, but just want to bring it up again since this is the first one that I'm gonna load up on YouTube. So for first off, the character. So this is Teal Caw. So with this character, his backstory is that he's from a tribe from Black Marsh that, unlike a lot of other Argonians, are less stealth focused and are more, like they kind of are like knights, like they wear heavy armor and use blades and stuff. And he was sworn to protect an artifact that I'm gonna pull up the little backstory that I have for him. The Stone of the First Root, which was lost to sea raiders, and not necessarily forced by the tribe or his clan so much as just his own sense of self. He sort of is in like a self-imposed exile. So he's been a wandering to become a stronger warrior, and in his journeys ended up in the jail cell in the Imperial City. So and was caught up in the whole escape from there. Although for lore reasons, I'm gonna just pretend like he didn't actually receive the Amulet of Kings. That'll come into play later if he makes it, survives to level 20. So that's the other thing. There's a couple other just things about the rules that I'm setting for this particular playthrough. So I am going to do the permadeath thing, but I created kind of a new system that if my character does die, I'm actually going to get a dice roll where it's actually pretty unlikely that they'll die the first time, but there's sort of a recovery system where depending on the roll of the dice, like they could die. Like there's a not insignificant chance of that happening, but um, most likely they're just going to have, depending on what the dice roll is, a recovery, and there's going to be like pretty heavy penalties for dying. So it's still not optimal at all. But we'll just I'll get more into that, like if and when it happens. It probably will at some point. But basically, I'd done a playthrough where I died almost like immediately after making it, which is fine. But I thought it would be interesting from a narrative standpoint to create something that allows the character to live, but it makes the recovery process, like part of the story, part of the narrative of it. So I think what I found in the Cassian playthrough was that the misfortunes that happened to the character in Oblivion, not allowing myself to go back on saves or anything, really result in some like interesting decisions from like a narrative standpoint. So I'm gonna keep going with that, and so like I said, I'll explain it more when I get there. But I worked out a whole system for that. But this character's like kind of drive is, like I was saying, he really is focused on just sort of the martial aspect of his class, of his like profession, which is just as a warrior. So, or steel skin is what I named the class. And so there is a bit of like kind of a uh, proud warrior guy feel to him. He's not as inclined towards morally dubious actions. He kind of tries to stay on the straight and narrow. But again, it's kind of, I guess the way to think of it is almost like kind of the samurai uh, archetype or something of the person who's just focused on like perfecting their martial skills. So we'll see how long he actually lives to make that happen. But the other thing is just also I turned down the difficulty. So I don't. I've heard in this game that the difficulty jumps are enormous. So I was playing kind of on medium difficulty, and now it's the level below that, adept. So it might be one of those things where I turned it down, so now there's like nothing's ever gonna touch me. But we'll see how it goes. So I think that's pretty much it for what I wanted. Oh yeah, in terms of what like I'm actually gonna be doing in game, I think I'm gonna be focusing on the Fighters Guild at first. We're not gonna touch the main storyline until level 20, and then I've got kind of an end quest there. At which point, if they survive, they would discover the Amulet of Kings, and take it to Joffrey and then save the world. But until then, they're just going to be kind of someone who escaped from the prisons, and they know of the Fighters Guild, and so they're going to seek them out, and then I'll take the story from there. Anything else I should mention? I do kind of play by the day-night cycle, so this character is not really nocturnal. So they'll probably, sleep in inns during the day. But I think this character, being where they're from in Blackmarsh, probably actually prefers the outdoors and is going to want to spend as little time in cities as possible. So I don't know, maybe bandit camps and stuff will be kind of a nice home. So um, and I was just checking my phone. So with that, yeah, let's get going. I fixed the camera issue. So
Children are starving. Please help. I'm only asking for a single coin. I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids. Thank you, kind sir. Blessings of Anu upon ye.
Morning, sir. What are you looking for? There are no guild halls in the city, but the Arcane University is on an island outside the walls, south of the Arboretum.
okay, so there's no guilds in the Imperial City. So
What are you looking for?
I guess we probably want like I don't know, a map or something.
You'll find smiths, alchemists, booksellers, maid shops, clothiers, armorers, and general traders in the market district. Carry on.
Okay, so I think we got to clear our inventory.
Say, you look like someone that could help us out. Having a bit of trouble with another merchant in town who goes by the name Thorinir.
Tell me more. Thorinir.
He is dirty, plain and simple. I don't trust him at all. Won't even come to merchant meetings and sets his prices so low, he undercuts everyone. If you want to give me a hand, go speak with Jensine at her good-as-new merchandise store. She can clue you in and maybe offer some coin.
Okay, so I think this is definitely something that we should look into. So
Jensine is the lady you want to speak with about Thorinir.
but first, let's sell
May
some
I
stuff.
interest you in some of my fine wares? That's more than I'd usually pay. You've made a good bit... A fine tran...
That one, the poison of illness would be good.
That's a fair deal. You got a great deal there.
Okay, we'll definitely keep these.
Thank you. Come again. Goodbye.
Good as news. Okay, so this is Jensen's.
Feel free to browse, friend. It's nice to see a new shopper. I was afraid I lost any hope of new business ever since Thorinir opened up. So, Tertullian sent you, huh? Well then, he usually sizes up people well, so you may be just what we're looking for.
Start from the beginning.
I'm the chairperson for the Society of Concerned Merchants. We formed this group a while back to keep a nice, fair economic balance in town. Not every store is a member, but we're slowly trying to convince them to join. Everything was fine until Thorinir opened his shop nearby. Selling all sorts of merchandise, he undercuts prices like you wouldn't believe. He doesn't always sell what we sell, but it is still a problem. People who buy tend to want to spend their money there. That leaves none for us. It's getting so bad, a few of us may have to close up shop. He outright refuses to join the society or even discuss the matter. We are convinced he's up to no good. What we need is for you to case his establishment and figure out where he gets his inventory. Find some proof of his wrongdoing and let us know. We cannot do it ourselves, as he recognizes all of us. The job pays a fair bounty in gold when he is brought to justice.
Ah, okay. So I think this is where it gets a little bit complicated because I think the sneaking and casing and stuff, I don't know if that's really necessarily his thing. So we might actually, I think I might move away from this one a little bit.
Well, have a
Do
look
some
around.
bartering.
You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Oh, so we could try and get our own Akaviri Warblade, but for 5,600 gold, and we have 230, so something to aspire to. Could also try selling some of the rat meat. I think it's very heavy, so maybe worth more for the gold than it is for the alchemy stuff. I think we'll probably pick up lots of ingredients along the way, so these healing potions are kind of heavy, but that's okay. Yeah, 10 points. That's a good poison to have. Damage fatigue,
That's a good deal.
know. I'm not as sure about.
You got a great deal there. thank you for your business. Thanks again for your help.
Yeah, I think if it was one thing to like, you know, like stand up for people and the jewelry, I don't think Teal Cow would care about much. Or like directly confront them, but the whole like casing them out part just sounds more like a roguish type thing to do. It's yeah, so
Welcome to A Fighting Chance. I'm Rosan, proprietor. I sell the best swords in the city, and I offer advanced training for armorers.
all right.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
The Battle Axe of Hatred. Sweet. Okay. That's cool. The Fine Iron Longsword. I don't know if it's really much of an improvement over what we've got, though. Iron Claymore. See, I think that one would be two-handed. Yeah. Oops.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Now steal a longsword that's a little bit more damage. I think the armor probably is the priority, so I'll save my money for that.
For the right price, I can make anything good as new. Be seeing you.
Okay.
Ever bought
I'm listening.
supplies from Gallandale?
I haven't spent too much time there. I hear it's the place to go for enchanting supplies, though. The Tiber Septim Hotel is a nice place. It's not cheap, though.
I can't imagine that there's a finer establishment in the entire...
So in terms of like books and reading and stuff, I think this character is going to be interested in anything having to do with like sword fighting or just combat
I'm
in
Fintius,
general.
owner and proprietor of the first edition. Look around. If I don't have it, maybe I can get it. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
History of lockpicking, I think.
That's a good
Yeah.
deal.
We'll pick that up. Manual of Arms. Yeah, okay. I think there's one other that was interesting. Mixed unit tactics.
Thank you for your business.
Okay, so that'll be good reading
Good
material
day.
when we're out camping. The responses from the characters always never cease to
Tidings,
off-put
citizen.
me.
Is it true
So,
that Gallandale can be lost? Any lock?
I've heard he's good with a lockpick. I can't make up my mind about the prophet in Anvil. Is he truly a holy man, or just a lunatic exploiting the tragedy at the Chapel of the Bell? If I had a question about heavy armor, I'd probably ask Bernardo at the best defense.
He knows a lot about
Rindier's staffs. Edgar's discount spells. Okay. We are... Mysticism is one of those things that is a focus too. So...
Edgar Vautrin, you don't want the very best. You want cheap. And I got cheap. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Interesting.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, see, like, he doesn't have a lot of mysticism stuff, which I'd be... Maybe that'll be something we can work on, is, like, how we can learn more mysticism. Oh, I think... Oh, I should check to see if our magic got updated. Yeah, so we got minor dispel and minor life detection, so we'll put those... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it off. He's not a restoration.
Hi there.
It's not a restoration character, and I'm trying to
Greetings.
stick with the play style, so I'll use potions. So shields, I think we're okay with. I think it was the armor. Oh, this is the alchemy one.
It's you. Hi. They say that the priests and priestesses of the Chapel of Dibella have all been murdered. No one even knows who did it.
So long.
Goodbye. Welcome to the Mystic Emporium. Calendil is here, with all your needs, under one roof. Look and buy. Nothing could be easier. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Okay, he's got lots of spells.
Farewell.
The best defense, that's it. Okay. See if we can get some better armor.
The best defense, that's me, Morrow Rufus. Light armor, the very best. What can I interest you in?
Not gonna lie, I feel like his armor's
Take care.
not the best. So that's unfortunate. I think there was better armor at the last place. I guess we'll just have to find it ourselves, pay the iron price for it, so to speak. And then the Gilded Carafe, is that the alchemist? Slash and Smash. I kind of want to check that out too. Oh yeah, I can hear the Nirnroot.
I have everything for the budding alchemist under one roof. Far more than Thorinir would ever have, despite his horrid business ethics. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
And we could get a whole, like, alchemist set. We can't do the whole thing quite yet, but we can use almost everything we got. I'll get an alembic.
Another satisfied customer. Bye.
Yeah, we definitely are gonna need some money.
Herbal grow Orkog knows you need axes and blunt weapons, big ones. So he makes them and sells them here. Slash and Smash, the big orc weapons shop. Big weapons for big heroes.
I like this guy's
Stop
style.
talking.
We're not using axes and blunts, so that's that made it pretty easy. So okay, I think we've done our business in the city. So let's get out of here from all the people, and then figure out where we actually want to go. So this way.
You have my ear, citizen.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to get away from the city, away from all the people, maybe go down by the water, and then figure out what the next move is on this very strangest of days. It's a good training opportunity. I've recovered a sprig of nirnroot, a plant ingredient this unusual must have value. Perhaps I should bring it to an alchemist and find out a little more about it. An alchemist can be found in almost every city in Cyrodiil. Okay, so I don't think that's going to be the primary quest, but we might ask about it. Probably going to need a place to stay, and that fort looks as good as any. So, yeah. So we'll try that in a second. So I'm going to do a save here. It's partly because the game crashes, and partly because I have this new thing where the recovery system. So if I do die, it's not like instant permadeath, but it's possible, and one way or another, I'd have to be reverting back to that save. So I'll probably do that before I get into fights. Like things where I know I'm going to be fighting pretty heavily. So sweet. Oh, man. Fundaments of Alchemy, Ankatar's Journal. Well, we found a place where we can camp out, although it seems like this is definitely someone else's place. We could steal this, but the red tells me that he knows that would be wrong. This is someone else's stuff, so I'm not going to do that. Interesting. Okay. We're going to see what's in that locked room. It's interesting that the objective arrow is pointing us that way. So I'm going to keep looking around and see if we can find a key. Okay, so it looks like there's 2 tunnels. They both lead down to here. Weird. Okay. Oh, there was another path. Okay. Yeah, lots of gates. So if we can find a key, that'd be good, because I honestly have no idea what's in here. Okay. Well, we could try and unlock this door. I don't know if there's... What do we have behind it? It looks like there's just a chest. But there's, yeah, there's, I don't know, there's got to be something in there. Oh, close. All right. Well, Teal'c found some yarn and a tan jug and a broom. So that's we obviously just uncovered their janitor's closet here. So of a mysterious alchemist who lives in this fort, which is now our fort, so that we can have a place to stay out in the city. Okay, so that's the Heartlands. I'm just making sure I got everything here. And then we've got this mysterious blue flame. Well, there we are. All right, so I think that Conjurer was the person who lives at this fort, so it just seems like it was him without anyone else here. We could probably safely take the equipment, but I don't think we're gonna do that. But we will use the bed, so I think until the sun comes down, I think Teal'caw's gonna go out and gather some herbs and maybe make some potions. It's just kind of his go-to. I was thinking about it too. I might actually get rid of I think it's like the Lembic or whatever that I bought, and just do the mortar and pestle. It seems to be a little bit more in character. It's kind of less of an alchemist and more of he makes potions and stuff out while he's out and about with stuff that he finds foraging. So I think it makes sense to just have him do it with a mortar and pestle. I'm going to try not to fall down. Oh, there's like a little house up there. Ales well.
Excuse me. We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with. You may be wondering why you can't see me. We are all wondering the same thing.
What happened?
Everyone in Ayleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty is definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it. So we've all been keeping quiet, hoping the spell will wear off. But we're running out of patience. We're sure it was Ankatar's doing. We can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful.
Who's
He's a
Ankatar?
wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt.
I feel like we just
It's
killed
just
him.
to the southeast of here. Follow the path down the hill, but watch out for the invisible monsters that infest the ruins.
Or not. I mean,
We're
yeah.
pretty sure he's still hiding out in Fort Caractacus, although he never answers when we've tried to find him.
Okay. Well,
Take care. Have you talked to Ankatar yet? Can he make us visible again? You too.
I guess he probably just doesn't spawn unless you have started the quest. So it's funny that we were just there. Well, here we go. Right back down the hill. Maybe he was out and about. Must have been like his assistant or something.
Go away! I don't want whatever you're selling.
Where is he? Oh, hold on. I have a spell for this.
I told you to leave me alone. Go away. Oblivion take you. What is it you want from me?
Invisibility spell.
I have been working on a new invisibility spell. As you can see, it works quite well. Why?
Tell him about Ailswell.
Oh, really? Everyone in town? That must have been what all the shouting was about a few weeks ago. I'm afraid I was engrossed in an experiment that required my full attention. You see, in order to increase the efficacy of the spell, the radius was likely to approach the... Oh, never mind. I don't mean to bore you.
Just tell me how to reverse
You can
it.
tell them not to worry. The effect is not actually permanent. It should wear off eventually.
Eventually?
Well, in a year or two, maybe a bit more. There's no way to be absolutely sure. That's the exciting thing about basic research.
They can't wait for a year.
Really? I find being invisible quite refreshing. But if it will get everyone to leave me alone, fine. I did work out a counterspell last week. If I can just put my hand to it. Ah, here. Stand in the center of town to make sure you get everyone. Oh, and make sure... Never mind. It should be fine.
Okay. Reverse invisibility added to the inventory.
I've already given you the scroll. Stand in the middle of town, read it, poof! It is exactly like magic. I am sorry about that. Just use the reverse invisibility scroll I gave you. Just leave.
I can see you. Well, I was worried that that would turn out poorly. But he was actually pretty reasonable. I'm doing a lot of hill climbing for everyone, but I can't imagine anything's going to go wrong. So he just gave us a spell. A nice scroll, and we'll just read it, and everyone will stop being invisible, and then, I don't know. We'll make some new friends in Cyrodiil. What a day. I guess there goes the idea of us having our very own fort. He's already been claimed. Oh, I need to stand in the middle of town.
Have you talked to Ankatar yet? Can he make us visible again?
You are visible. Okay. Anyways, reverse invisibility
Ankatar
spell.
gave you a scroll to get rid of the invisibility? Fantastic! What are you waiting for? Good day.
All right. I've used the scroll Ankatar gave me, and the people of Ayleswell are once again visible. Durham Sarathi would probably like to congratulate me on my success.
Thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to see myself again. My sisters, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they had stayed invisible. Ah, me. Friend, you are welcome at the Ayleswell Inn anytime, free of charge.
Well, that's nice. Oh, well, we can stay at the Ayleswell Inn free of charge, which means we basically have a home now. So, hooray.
We haven't seen him since that whole invisibility mess. I hope it stays that way.
Well, that's cool. All right. Well, now I think Ayleswell is the home of Teal'c. So
There's
the
never
closest
any
thing.
charge for you, friend. Upstairs, first door on the left. Take care.
And as it happens, we're pretty close to needing to go to sleep. So maybe grab some watermelons. I don't think, yeah, it's not theft in this game.
Hi there.
So I think that's pretty much all we can do at this point.
Hey, you're the one made us visible again, right? Good show. Don't get me wrong. Some of my best friends are elves. But self-important jerks like Ankatar give them all a bad name. Good day.
Ah, the savior of Ayleswell. Whatever you need, I'm at your service. Good day.
You really enjoy this whole hero thing, don't you? Everybody fawning all over you? I'm not like that.
I like this one's style.
If he's smart, he'll keep out of my way. High elf, and a mage to boot. The worst kind of arrogance. I'm done talking to you.
Actually, can we... Yeah, Duram
Ah,
is
the
actual
savior of
innkeeper.
Ayleswell. Whatever you need, I'm at your service.
But he does
Farewell.
not barter,
Hello.
interestingly.
Make it quick.
And Ernst
Just leave.
doesn't either. Okay.
Oh, it's you. My brother goes on and on about you. I know you saved us and everything, but it does get tiresome after a while. Typical Ultima. Thinks the whole world is made for his convenience. If I had my way, we'd go down there and burn him out. Let him find some other place for his little experiments. I'm done talking to you.
Well, it's not the fanciest accommodation, but it's the one we got, so... Yeah, cobweb hanging up there, and nice rug on the wall. Oh, no, not a sword. All right, get some sleep. And then figure out where we want to go from here. So we have a new home, which is Ayleswell. And with that, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I get back, we will keep going. Okay, all right, so we're back, and it's the morning on day 2. Fuel costs still not dead. So we found a new home in Ayleswell, because all is well in Ayleswell. I'm sorry, I had to do it. We now have a free bed, basically. And Teal'c, even though it doesn't not necessarily a people person, I think enjoys the feeling of having a home. So whatever our travels may be, I think it's always going to kind of look forward to returning here, where he was treated with much warmth by one of the brothers at Ayleswell. Maybe not so much the sisters, but so yeah, he's looking at the map, and so he's been to Fort Caractacus, but he's looking to join the Fighters Guild, and he's probably going to have to do that at a city. So it seems like perhaps Bruma is the place to do it. So it's the closest. And something about the mountains and getting kind of away from the city is appealing. So he's not so much of a city character. So we're going to head up there. Maybe grab some more food on the way out. Potato, yep. Just a horse? Where's your owner? Strange. Interesting. Well, he seems to be in a meditative trance, so yeah, I think our character's just gonna kind of head north into the mountains. Eventually we'll find Bruma, but the road would be quicker, but I think he's just more at home in the woods, so. Oh. Found another town. Bleaker's Way.
Greetings, Argonian. What can I do for you? Well, have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. You drive a hard bargain. Another satisfied customer. Good day.
Okay. Well, I think the inn's usually an interesting place to hear if there's, you know, any interesting goings on in town, but it doesn't seem to be. Maybe a place we could stay overnight in the future, but yeah, you can almost like hear it in the wind, you know, how much higher up we are. But yeah, it seems it's kind of like a quiet mountain town. Just keep on going. What is that? Almost want to like... It's on another peak. Almost wants to look at it. Athletics mastery increased. Why jog when you can sprint has always been your motto. Now the miles of running and hours of swimming have paid off. You're an apprentice of athletics. You no longer regenerate less fatigue while running. Yeah, I think all of our characters generally get in good shape because I don't fast travel. So, speaking of, actually, We will do a quick save. It's just because the game crashes. In my experience, and when you're outdoors, that could be bad. Okay, well, we found another road. I'm actually curious, how much harder can we make our lives? In terms of, like, interface. I don't think, okay, there's not really a lot of, like, yeah, you can't turn off, like, the compass or anything, which is what I'd be interested in. Okay. I'm just gonna take a quick look. Okay. Well, up there looks to be a fortress. See the frost on the monk's hood. It looks like a wizard's tower up there. Or something. At first I thought it was a statue, but it looks very much unlike anything you've seen in the Imperial City, so okay. I think this might be Burma. Yeah.
Hello. We're here to serve. What are you looking for? The guilds
So we
are
want
in
to
a
find the
row
Fighters
in the
Guild.
center of town below the terraces, north of the chapel. You two.
Okay. So north is that way. And the chapel is...
Oh, spare a coin for the infirm. One more coin, and I can get a pair of shoes.
Oh boy.
Thank you, kind sir. Blessings of Mystara upon ye.
Okay, that's the chapel. So north would be here. What's this statue? Yeah, I think this is what we're looking for.
I'm listening. Please, go ahead.
Come on, join the Fighters Guild. See the world and get paid for it. If you're looking to join up, you should speak with Velena Daunton in Coral, Azan in Anvil, or Burzgrow Cash in Cheaton Hall.
Oh no. Wait, so we're in like the one city that you can't
If
join.
you're
it.
interested, see Velena Daunton in Coral, or Azan in Anvil, or Burzgrow Cash in Cheaton Hall.
Okay. Well, we're gonna probably have to keep.
You get used to
wandering.
the cold. Got a good set of fur boots to keep my feet warm. Give a Nord a good thumping to keep the blood flowing. Goodbye.
Well, that's that. So where are we gonna go? We want to go to Coral or Cheaton Hall? Yeah, so this would be closer to Morrowind and home. And this would be further. This would be getting very much to the other side. And closer to Hammerfell too, which has kind of a martial tradition. So I think we're gonna head to Coral. So I don't know what this is up here. But we could take the Orange Road, but I think we're just gonna kind of go out the gate and then make our way as we will. Okay, so where is it in generally? So it's like generally southwest of where we're at right now.
Hi there.
Is there another gate over here? Yeah, I think the one we were at was probably how we'll get out. So. I think we'll probably try and go down the hill a little bit and get out of the snow and the cold. All right, just some screenshots for basically a thumbnail for this guy. Kind of curious what's up here. Okay, it's getting a little rocky, so let's head a little bit down slope. Outlaw Andres kid. Uh-oh. Well, I think we found a place to sleep tonight, but first we want to clear out this cave. Okay, so let's get rid of all these old saves. So yeah, obviously he was attacked, or we were attacked, stumbling upon this camp, so just gonna make sure to end the threat. What is a mud crab doing up here? That's so bizarre. Huh.
One day to fled. Western Cyrodiil is called Colovia and includes the Gold Coast, West Wheel, and Colovian Highlands.
Interesting.
I understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
You think? Heard any news from the other provinces?
The scuba trade is making a lot of money for the tribes and elsewhere. And a lot of that is going to the Renritra Kryn.
That skooma trade is bad business.
What's
And
that?
the Renrisha Kryn are just a bunch of thugs.
Be seeing you.
Who's there?
I think we could probably do with the boots. I think our character's still barefoot somehow. Oh, we could probably put our helmet on too. And let's drop this.
Must have been the wind. Well, well, look who we've got here. What's the matter? Getting tired?
Oh, there's a trap there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on the bad guys first, and then go and get mushrooms.
Hello? Who's there?
Whoa, what the?
The best. Ah! You'll never take me down.
Yeah, it was weird. My shield got stuck up. I think your eyes are actually working just fine.
Who's there? I'll have you to pieces.
To arms! To arms!
Yes, deep cave. Okay, well, I am going to actually have to call it here, so I will make my save, and obviously we didn't die, so. But yeah, for everyone watching, thanks for checking it out, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.